Okay, let's dive in. This idea, creation from absolutely nothing. It really stops you in your tracks.
It does. And thinking about the sheer, existence of God before anything else.
Exactly. And the source we're looking at today, it starts with this incredible image, the throne. So vast.
Mm-hmm. And the footstool comparison.
Yeah, like a tiny ring in a massive desert. But that ring holds all the heavens and the earth. It's just mind-boggling scale.
And right away, the text emphasizes God's absolute primacy. God was, and there was nothing besides him.
It's not just first in line, it's singular, alone.
Precisely. God is the first, completely unique, no prior creation. It sets the whole foundation. Creation wasn't filling a gap, it was an act from absolute oneness.
And the very first thing created, the throne. And it's set upon water.
Yes, the throne upon the water.
That link with water feels primal. You see it in so many origin stories. Here it's like the base for divine authority itself.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? The symbolism. Perhaps the throne is stability, power.
And the water.
Potential. Or the formless state before creation. So establishing order over potential right at the start.
Then, after the throne and water, comes the pen.
The pen, yes. A fascinating concept.
God tells it, write what will be until the day of judgment. Just write everything.
And it does. It inscribes it all in the remembrance, the preserved tablet.
So the whole cosmic story, past, present, future, it's already recorded right then.
That's the idea. The preserved tablet as this ultimate cosmic blueprint. It really highlights the idea of a divinely known and ordained universe before it even physically exists. The detail is just immense.
Okay, but here's the part that really gets me. After the pen writes everything, there's this pause.
A very long pause.
50,000 years. Before the heavens and the earth are even started, 50,000 years. How do you even wrap your head around that time scale?
You almost can't. But it strongly suggests that creating the physical universe wasn't, rush.
Not impulsive.
Exactly. It implies this period of perhaps divine contemplation or preparation. A very deliberate, careful unfolding based on that pre-written plan. The takeaway is really the intentionality behind it all.
So after this immense wait, things finally kick off with the heavens and the earth.
Yes, the creation begins, and the source says it took 6 days total.
And initially they were one thing, joined together.
Joined together, yes.
Yeah.
Then separated. The text mentions the earth being formed in 2 days, its sustenance determined over 4 total.
There's a specific quote about that, isn't there?
Yes. Do you indeed disbelieve in he who created the earth in 2 days and attribute to him equals? That is the Lord of the worlds. He goes on about mountains, blessings, sustenance, all within those initial days.
It emphasizes the power involved, even in that relatively short 6-day span.
Absolutely. Establishing the fundamentals.
And the separation itself sounds dramatic, pulling apart the heavens and the earth.
Very dramatic.
Yeah.
And resulting in 7 layers of heaven and 7 layers of earth.
That quote. Have those who disbelieved not considered that the heavens and the earth were joined together, then we separated them.
And made from water every living thing. Then will they not believe. It really drives home the magnitude of that event and connects back to water's importance again.
And how were the heavens formed in the separation?
Well, the text says it was from the vapor rising from the water that was under the throne.
Ah, so it connects back. Water, throne, vapor, heavens.
Exactly, a continuous process. This vapor became like smoke, and that was the origin of the heavens.
And then God commanded them, the smoke and the earth.
Yes, come into being, willingly or by compulsion. And their response.
We have come willingly. Obedience.
A powerful image of the cosmos submitting to the divine command.
Okay, so heavens, earth, all layered. Now, the narrative shifts a bit.
Yeah.
Brings in the jinn.
Right. Created after some time had passed on earth.
And they're made from fire.
Yes, specifically the fire of scorching wind from a smokeless flame of fire. A very different origin from humans later.
And they weren't just beings. They had responsibilities, laws.
Correct. They were obligated, lawful, unlawful, duties, obedience.
Yeah.
But they fell into corruption.
Corruption and bloodshed, it says.
Which led to angels being sent down to punish them. It sets a precedent, Free will, deviation, consequences.
And this is where Iblis comes in.
Yes. Interestingly, he starts off as a prominent figure among the jinn.
He even reached a high rank with the angels because of his knowledge and faith.
That's what the text implies. He was knowledgeable, pious, even fought alongside the angels against the corrupt jinn.
Wow. So he was initially on the side of, good.
It certainly seems so.
Yeah.
Which makes his later fall, his refusal regarding Adam, much more significant. It shows even great knowledge isn't proof against pride.
And some jinn were punished by being imprisoned on islands.
Yes, the text mentions that. Instances of divine justice being meted out even then.
Okay, which leads us directly to Adam. God tells the angels about this plan.
He informs the highest assembly, yes, that he intends to place a new successive authority, Khalifa, on earth, humanity.
And the angels, they question this based on what happened with the jinn.
They do. They ask, will you place upon it one who causes corruption therein and sheds blood? It seems like a genuine question given their experience.
Not defiance, but concern.
Exactly. And they offer themselves, saying they constantly praise and worship God.
But God's response is key.
Absolutely. Indeed, I know that which you do not know. It points to a higher purpose, a bigger picture the angels couldn't see, a plan that includes prophets, the truthful, a potential beyond just avoiding the jinn's mistakes.
Then the actual creation, getting the soil, Gabriel, Michael, the angel of death are sent.
Right. And there's this fascinating detail.
Earth resisting.
Yes. It pleads with Gabriel and Michael, seeking refuge from being diminished or disfigured, and they return empty-handed.
But not the angel of death.
No. He feels the weight of God's command more strongly, seeks refuge in God from failing the command, and proceeds.
And he takes soil from all over, different kinds.
Various colors, textures, yes.
Yeah.
From all parts of the earth, which is often seen as the origin of human diversity.
That detail about the earth seeking refuge, it's really striking, like an awareness, a connection.
It's very evocative, perhaps hinting at the relationship, maybe even tension, between humanity and the planet right from the start.
And then the process of forming Adam from that soil. It's not instant.
Not at all. It's described in stages. Soil, then water is added, making clay.
Then sticky clay, dark mud.
Sticky clay, then lazib, then dark, altered mud, almanin masnoon, and finally, sounding clay, alalanin kalfahar, like pottery.
And he stayed in that final clay state for a while.
The source mentions 40 years as this sounding clay figure, a long, deliberate process, almost sculptural, as you said.
And the angels are watching this, and Iblis too.
Yes, observing this completely new form of creation.
And Iblis, he interacts with the clay figure.
He circles it, the text says. He even goes inside and comes out. And he says to the angels, almost reassuringly, but with an edge,
"Do not fear. If I'm given authority over him, I will destroy him."
Exactly. Revealing his envy, his resentment, even before Adam is given life. It's heavy foreshadowing.
So just to quickly recap this incredible journey, we went from God alone to the throne on water, the pen writing destiny.
That huge 50,000-year pause.
Right. Then the creation and dramatic separation of the seven heavens and earths.
Followed by the jinn, their creation from fire, their corruption, and Iblis's initial rise.
And finally, the foretelling of humanity, the angel's question, and the very physical step-by-step creation of Adam from the earth's soil, with Iblis already watching with malice.
It's an incredibly detailed picture of the very beginning, according to this source.
For you, the learner listening in, this deep dive gives, well, not just a story, but a framework maybe, for thinking about existence, purpose.
Definitely. The order of creation, the different origins of beings like jinn and humans, the foreshadowing of challenges, lots to ponder.
So here's something to really chew on as we finish. Think about that moment. The earth pleading for refuge when the soil was being taken for Adam. What might that specific detail suggest about the deep, maybe even complicated connection between us and our planet right from the very dawn of our existence?